Big up to everyone, lovely family, lovely friends out there, wherever you're watching Awini Unity platform from. Thank you so much, and I do really appreciate your time always. I'm going to talk about football and the Angola national team, latest news as well. But let me remind you once again, wherever you are and you want a lot of things right here in Spain, pick our numbers right here and get more information. So the latest news I'm getting is that Angola national team probably may be arriving in Ghana this evening in Accra, and maybe early tomorrow morning they will be moving to Kumasi, or this night they will be moving to Kumasi for the match against Ghana Thursday in Baba Yara Sports Stadium. So let's wait and see if they're going to arrive in Ghana this evening. I will bring you the latest news again. And the same time, Peter was asking here, saying that in the comment box, say we cannot use the Angola players, compare our players. And the same time, Kofi was asking how many star players Angola have. So Ghana gonna beat them. And Kelvin as well was having a little bit problem with my first selection. Some players that he know them very well, and I dropped them. And I'm going to give you the reason why I dropped most of that players for the first starting lineup, and I'm going to give you another certain lineup here, right here. The information always is 4-2-3-1. That is what Angola normally play. And Kelvin was saying that why I dropped the one that used to play there, number 10, being the team for a while now. Gesindala. He used to be a very good player. I watch him most of the time when he used to play for the Portuguese league, moved to the team that Afred is playing now in the Turkish Super League. But after moving to the Qatar League, guess why? He's also get 12 goals. But the Qatar League is always not that much strong. That is why I put Benny for the first time, and the number 10. If you notice, Benny, it is because of the injury situation for this season that he didn't get a lot of playing time. But it's a very, very good player. If you watch, he played the same club with the goalkeeper, Ricardo Casapiz also, yeah, for the Portuguese league. He played for Casapiz, yeah. This season he's not getting playing time that much. That is why you are not seeing him. But he's a very, very good player, can disturb and very dangerous. But if we are talking about Gesindala, yes, he been in the national team for a while, the Angola national team for a while now, and moving to the Qatar League, which I feel like the Qatar League is not that much like someone that play for the Portuguese league. That is my main reason. So if you want Dala, I'm going to give you the starting lineup right here. And most of the players that are old players for there, they have some few players like Fred being the Angola national team for some time now. Manuel So as well play for Ludogorets for the Bulgarian league. Ludogorets with Bernard Tekpete, the same club. He's also been the national team for a while now. And Jonathan as well, also being the national team for a while now. And Gaspar as well, also being the national team for a while now. And Eddie, the same, being the national team for a while now. And Costa being the national team for a while now. Mbala, the same thing. And you was asking, Kelvin was saying that, well, Lucas played very well in Reading. Yes, he played very well in Reading. But my reason why even this starting lineup I'm going to give you here is not going to start Lucas. You know, Lucas also gets Swiss nationality like Bruno. Lucas played for Portuguese under 19, under 20, under 21. And he gets Swiss nationality. This is the first time he's coming to play for Angola, if I get it right. So he's a typical number 9. So I don't think that the way Mbala this season on form, he can able to bang Mbala. That is my main reason why I'm not going to start him. So let's go for the There are possible starting lineup that I put here. Yeah, number 1 goalkeeper. But I think that is maybe a late call up for Ricardo, because when I check the squad come first and I check in Angola, Hugo's was in the squad, but after later on checking, I realized that he's not in, and this is the 3 goalkeepers are coming to Ghana. So if you check, Allison play for their Angola league, and the team are on top in Angola, and Ricardo as well. Ricardo play for Casa Pizza as well, and is always on top form, 36 years. So I feel like maybe they're going to use the local goalkeeper, but if they're not going to use the local goalkeeper, they're going to use Ricardo playing for Casa. So let's start from Ricardo right here. Ricardo, number 1 on post, and the defenders. The left back will be Pedro. Left back will be Pedro right here, and the right back will be Eddie. He's also been in the national team for a while now, Eddie. Then the center back will be Jonathan as well. Jonathan, you can see him here, being in the national team for a while. And I will play Jonathan. He gonna play Jonathan alongside Gaspar. Gaspar also been in the national team for a while now. So let's move to the midfielders. Maybe the 2 have to be Alfred. I used 2 the same name. That is why Kelvin was confused. So Alfred will play the number 8 here. Then Maxwell So as well, you can see him right here. And moving to the 3 line, I will use Luz. Luz play for the Portuguese league, Vitória, and Luz, this Angola, they also have some names. Luz meaning light. Okay, when Portuguese call something like Portuguese, they call something Spanish the same thing. Spanish people, Luz is light, so meaning the name meaning light, Luz. So Luz will play number for the wings, number 11 right there, and Costa will play for the number 7 right there. You can see him, and Jason Dalla will take over for the number 10. Like as Kelvin was saying, he scored 10 goals this the Qatar League. Then Mbala will lead the attack. So this is the players that I believe that it's possible to start against Ghana. So let me run you through, and you can see it right here. Goalkeepers on post, Ricardo. The defenders, Pedro, Jonathan, Gaspar, Eddie, and defenders. Move to the midfielders, Fred, So, and the front 3, Luz, Jason Dalla, Costa, and Mbala. Yeah, so this is the players. Could be possible. Kelvin was having problem for me using Benny as a playmaker. I watch him most of the time. So this season he didn't get playing time. Maybe if you cross check, you will say, this season he do not really have playing time. So that would be the reason why. But he's a very dangerous player. Trust me. I know the reason why you like Jason Dalla. Jason Dalla is a smallest player, very escapable. If you know a player from Zimbabwe, I think he retired from the Zimbabwe national team. He used to play for Kaizer Chiefs. Called Karma Brilliant. Karma Brilliant. Zimbabwe used to have some player called Karma Brilliant. Smallest player, very, very dangerous. Gesindala play similar like a Karma Brilliant. That is why sometimes it's very dangerous. So it depends. And the coach, the one is going to choose. Maybe he's going to base on the goals that Gesindala scored for this season, 12 goals for Qatar League. And maybe he can use Gesindala. So there we go. Guys. So that could be the players that will be dangerous. And a lot of people that are talking about, well, Angola do not really have a good players. Well, they do not really have a lot of players that you can give names like Thomas Partey, Mohamed Kudus, Kamaldeen Sulemana, and Anyaki William. But I always say, players that you don't know can be very dangerous. Okay, we went to the African Cup of Nations. These Comoros, how many players they have? With the beat Ghana, how many players? And they beat us 3-2, if I get it right. How many players they have? How many stars? So football is not about this time around. Angola, they're going to use Ghana to get their name. Their players may not have a lot of decent, but they're going to feel like, okay, beating the Ghana is going to be a huge news for them. But Ghana beating Angola is not going to be news. So the pressure going to be in Ghana is not going to be in Angola. That is, I could be wrong here, because Ghana have a lot of stars, and if you check, everybody going to say Ghana have to beat them. But even them getting draw against Ghana in Kumasi, they can get market. Their market value going to go high. So they are coming to Ghana. They're going to say they have nothing to lose. What if they lose against Ghana? Is not news. So they're going to come all up. So we need to be very careful talking about Wall. They do not really have a lot of players, and they don't have star players. Yeah, you can say some of their star players you can talk about is Costa. It been the European football for some time, like Leeds United and Valencia, and familiar faces. And Manuel Su as well, playing for Ludogorets with Bernard Tekpete, and the Europa League as well, is being the familiar faces as well. And Fred as well. Fred play for the the Turkish Super League, being the Angola national team for some time now, and Luz as well for the Portuguese league. And Gesindala, guess why that is not playing for the Portuguese league in the Turkish league again, is moved to Qatar league. But when it comes to the Angola national team, is also member of the squad, because they've been there for some time and they always play together, like Gesindala, Fred, Jonathan, Gaspar, so Costa and Eddie. Those players been the national team for a while now. So we need to watch out. Thank you for always being part of the Awini Unity platform, and have a one love.